Good morning from the top of what they call Rocky Mountain. John Denver was full of shit, if you know what I'm saying. That's one of my, Dumb and Dumber is one of my favorite movies. But it was actually pretty rocky on the way up here, so maybe John Denver knew what he was talking about. But the last couple days have been pretty interesting for me. Not interesting in the greatest of ways. I had to get off trail again and take a zero. I took a zero in Hiawasee. This great guy by the name of, his trail name's Bandit, his name's Dale, shuttled me to and from Unicoi Gap into Hiawasee for a zero. I had to get off trail. My knee coming down Blue Mountain swelled up on me, started getting really tight. I started getting a pain in the front of my knee. It was just all around bad, and I don't know why. Going up to camp that night, it didn't feel that great, but it felt terrible in the morning. But I got some good R&R in Hiawasee. I stayed at a hotel that had a saltwater heated pool, which was a bonus. I wasn't expecting that. I was able to ice down my knee. I got some pain relieving cream for it, and I was able to like really apply my KT tape properly. You can kind of see what I got going on now. I got KT tape on both of my, like both sides of my knee right now, helping support that muscle that, or tendon, I should say, that was giving me trouble. I just hiked my way up out of Unicoi Gap, which was a considerable uphill. My knee's feeling pretty good right now. I just know that I shouldn't really push it very hard these next couple of days. So with the water situation out here, my options are pretty limited, but I got some good intel from Dale that Addis Gap is the place to go. I got to hike about a half mile down this like gravel dirt road to get to a nice camp spot, but there's reliable water there, and that's what I'm looking for. And that's in about 10 miles. So I brought 2 liters out here. I can make 2 liters last 10 miles. I just got to take it easy because it is hot out here. It's been in the 80s. Yesterday felt like summertime. In fact, when I was in Hiawasee, they had a fall festival going on. I happened to be there the one day they had the fall festival going on. Awesome town, awesome people. And the fall festival was great. They had live music and tents with, people selling things and food. They were giving food away. I got myself a nice milkshake and got to sit there and enjoy my zero day and just like really rest my knee. But I'm feeling good today. My spirits are up, and it looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day today and tomorrow. And then I got some nasty weather coming in on Tuesday that's going to drop the temps into the 20s at night. So I'll get to test and see how well my 30-degree sleeping situation is going to work out here. Don't get me wrong, I do have some really good down layers I can throw on, but I'm thinking before the Rockies, I got to get some of my other gear from home out here. So that's a problem for a different time. For now, I'm just going to enjoy today, really take my time, get into the shelter, and just pay close attention to my knee, because I don't want to wake up tomorrow morning and have it be in the situation that it was in a few days ago. So that's my long story. Let me show you guys the view from up here. I guess I'm going to get a better view in a little bit. It's like just up the trail a little bit. Look at that. You can see the visibility is so far today. So far. Here, this isn't bad. You guys can come with me. I hadn't been on trail yesterday, so naturally I got to climb out of a huge gap. So I was good and winded and sweaty, which is not what you want when you have limited water, but you got to roll with the punches out here, The trail kind of dictates what you can and cannot do, and I'm remembering that, and I've been humbled by that already. Because as good as the rest of my body feels, like I'm not even remotely sore. I haven't been remotely sore in terms of, my leg muscles or my back or anything really, with the exception of my knee. So You just gotta you gotta take into account out here that you're doing some pretty nasty descents, and those descents are what causes the impact on your joints. And as much as I want to think that I'm still 20 years old, and I feel like I have the spirit of a 20-year-old, my body keeps reminding me that I'm twice that age. So, but I'm having a good day so far. I was feeling kind of down when I was in the hotel because I just didn't know how my knee was going to respond. But I just got to kind of remember why I'm out here. I don't have to go a million miles an hour. I don't have to set any, you know, fastest known time records or anything like that. I just have to hike safely and efficiently and pay attention to how my body's responding. That's the smart thing to do. But I thought this lookout was a lot closer than it is, and I don't want to burn my battery, so I'll catch you guys there. Well, they say it's about the little things in life, and I couldn't agree more at this moment. Good heads up from Dale, my shuttle driver, that in 4 miles, he said, be careful you don't walk past it, because as you're approaching this road, I believe this is Trey Mountain Road, he said there'll be a pipe that goes underneath the street, and that often doesn't dry up, and he was right. Not much. It's trickling, but I was able to get a liter easily in about 2 to 3 minutes. So I pounded down a liter of water with some electrolytes in it because it's hot today out here. It's like approaching 80 right now, and it's like just hitting noon, which means it's going to get a little bit warmer even. And I was like really rationing my water so that I could make it to the gap that I'm trying to get to and not be dehydrated. So huge thanks to Dale, aka Bandit, for that tip, because I passed some guys that said there was zero water. So I'm guessing they just blew right by this and didn't see it because it's not listed as a water source on the Far Out app. I wasn't looking. I wouldn't have even known to look for it. But I mean, there's an obvious, you know, footbridge across it, so like I would assume after a rain water comes out of it pretty good, and it despite all the other water sources around this area being really dry, this one's not. So bonus, I'm hydrated. I haven't done very much for mileage yet. My knee started acting up a little bit back there on all the downhill, so I did the right thing. I stopped. I took some medication. I put the Penetrex cream on it, and I rested a little bit, and then I put my knee brace on. So I got my knee brace right here, strapped right here, and that is I'm gonna put that on when I start going downhill again, because it's when I'm going uphill I feel fine. That's all I got for now. I'll see you guys up on Trey Mountain. Whew. Well, it's been slow moving for me, but I've been gaining elevation slowly. I think I'm just about to descend into some gap. I think it's Trey Gap. And then I'm going up over Trey Mountain, but you get a good view of it here. But you can't really see it through the tree, but right up there is gonna be the summit of Trey Mountain. So that's where I'm hiking to right now. I'm gonna hike up over that. I don't know if I follow that ridge or if I descend behind that ridge to where I'm going tonight, which would be Addis Gap. But I get it from here. It looks like I got a pretty good climb ahead of me. It didn't look that bad though on the elevation profile. So we'll see how it goes. Catch you guys soon. Well, I'm up on this lookout on Trey Mountain, and that's north. those are the Smoky Mountains. That's where I'm headed. North Carolina, here I come. Had to say it with a little bit of a southern draw. Well, I'm here on the official summit of Trey Mountain, and this is facing south. That big guy in the background is Blood Mountain, I would assume, where I came from. I'm not too familiar with this area, but that's the only thing that seems to make sense. Wasn't too bad of a hike up here. It's just really, really warm today. Really, really warm. I don't know if there's another viewpoint over here, so let's go check together. I don't think there is, but maybe. Oh, I guess you get a little bit of a view right here to the north. I had a better view on the other side, though. It's so gorgeous today. Absolutely gorgeous today. Whew. And I got good enough service up here that I could check the score of the football game. Bonus! All right, I got to start descending. I've been really taking my sweet time today, and I'm probably behind schedule, but I don't even care if I set up in the dark today. I don't want to push my knee too hard. Just trying to be smart about it. Catch you guys soon. Good morning from Addis Gap. I camped here last night, and for those of you that stay here, just know that the walk down to the water is a good half mile down a gravel road, and it's all downhill the whole way. But as of today, there's really good running water down there. So I would assume that even in the worst of conditions that the stream down there is probably going to be running, because it's been mighty dry out here. But I stayed here last night. Nice little spot to cook your food and everything. I camped here, and then I hung my food up in some trees up there. It proved a little bit more difficult to find a branch that would support the weight of my bag and not be either too low or too high, but I figured it out. I guess I got a pretty good climb ahead of me, up to, I believe, what they call Kelly Knob. I could be wrong. I'm terrible with these names. It begins with a K, I know that much. I'm pretty sure it was Kelly Knob. Some people were calling it Karen Knob because there were so many people on the app complaining about how steep it is. So this is what I get to start my day with. I guess this will be the last time that I'll be up over 4,000 feet in Georgia. So bonus. I don't know what kind of view is going to be up there, but if there is one, I'll check it out with you guys. But my knee responded really well yesterday. I did a lot of climbing and a lot of descending. Granted, they were very gradual climbs and very gradual descents, but my knee felt great. I think that Penetrex really took the inflammation out of my knee, and I've been sure to keep the brace on if I feel any sort of discomfort whatsoever. So I'm just going to continue doing that. I'm going to apply the Penetrex 3 to 4 times a day, I was reading online, and just go from there, and just pay attention to my body. Now, after I did the first day back on trail after resting my knee last time, my knee responded well, and it was the day after that I had problems. So I'm going to really pay attention to my body, take it easy today. I got 5.5 miles before I hit Dix Creek Gap, and at that gap I need to hoof it about a half mile down the road to the hostel around the bend to pick up my food box. I originally intended on that being my first stop on the trail, but you know how that turned out. I don't want to take another night off on the trail, so unless my knee is killing me by the time I get there, I'm not staying there tonight. I'm gonna get back onto the trail and then see how far north I can get. I'm not too far from the North Carolina border, so if I can push it 14.4 miles today, then I'll just camp right at the border, and that would be awesome. That would be really awesome. But I still have a little bit of food left because of the time that I spent in town. So I got plenty of snacks for today. I'm gonna chow down on the way. I just made myself some scrambled eggs with bacon. Not the biggest fan of that meal, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't really like my eggs really runny, and they come out really watery no matter how you rehydrate them. So not my favorite. Noted for the future. But I got beautiful weather again today, and according to my Garmin, the freezing rain that was supposed to be coming in tomorrow doesn't look like it's going to come in now. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that, one, the rain doesn't come, and two, I got good water going for it. But I got to get hiking. I'm about, it's like 9:15 now. I'd like to start hiking earlier than this, but I've been lazy in the morning and taking my sweet time, knowing that I don't have to push so hard. Just trying to enjoy myself out here. So I'll catch you guys a little bit later. Well, I'm up here on top of my last 4,000 foot summit of Georgia. So that made me feel good. Not exactly the climb you want to do first thing in the morning, but not as bad as what people make it out to seem. I guess the people who leave these comments have never been up in the White Mountains or something, because when I hear steep, that's what I think of. I think of the Whites, you know, and that climb was nothing like you'll see up in New Hampshire. I don't want to downplay it though. It was straight up, basically no switchbacks, but it was like a rolling uphill the whole way. Not bad at all. If you take your time and stop, if your heart rate gets too high, piece of cake. And if you can manage to keep your heart rate down and just keep your head down, you can plow right through it. Not bad at all. But there's not much of a view up here. This is the summit. I don't know. Let's go over here and see if I can see anything from over here. I haven't been over here yet. I just had to change to some shorts and a t-shirt. Oh yeah, you can see the Smokies. Not the best view though. A little bit of a dark cloud above me. I'll tell you what though, the breeze that we got going today, it's got to be coming from the north. I didn't even check, but it's chilly and it's much appreciated, because all the sweating I've been doing out here lately has just not been that much fun with lack of water. But I'm assuming, like everything else, what goes up must come down. So I probably have a gigantic descent between here and Dick's Gap, or Dick's Creek Gap, I should say. So I'll be taking that easy. I don't want to do too much impact damage on my knee. It is getting mighty dark up here. Hopefully the skies don't open up on me, because my rain gear is buried in my pack, because they didn't forecast any rain. But I don't really like being on the top of things with dark clouds above me. So I'll catch you guys a little later. Well, I'm up here at the Powell Mountain Vista. I'm assuming that's Powell Mountain in front of me. This view is about as bittersweet as it gets. Amazing view, of course. Beautiful weather. Unfortunately, I just got some really bad news from home that my longtime little buddy, my parrotlet, Beaker, passed away this morning. He was like between 10 and 11 years old, and he meant the world to me. He got me through, or helped me get through the hardest time and lowest time of my life, when I didn't really have anyone that close to me. Of course, I've always had my family, but at a time in my life where I just really felt like I needed that comfort and that joy in my life, he brought all that. And of course, I'm a little emotional right now, but you're free now, little buddy. And I was walking down the trail, speaking some words to him, and no lie, I haven't seen anything flying in this area in days, except for a big bird that was on the ground that scared the shit out of me a few days ago.
But I stopped for a second and just kind of looked up at the sky, and right at that moment, a little butterfly flew by and stopped right in front of me. And I know it was him. I know it was his spirit just saying, keep going. Don't worry about me. I know he's with his brother Taz now. And baby girl. So this view is for you, Beaker. I love you. And I'll never forget you. And you're gonna come with me this whole journey.